So my watch list has got too overwhelming to the point where I literally can't decide what to watch. So today I'm gonna get some random website to do it for me, and I'm hoping I get recommended a banger. Let's begin. Random film generator. Right, so I'm on some random website called the movie ranking database. Don't know what it is. And it's gonna tell me what to watch, and hopefully it's good, but we'll see. We'll keep genre on all. We'll just keep everything on all and randomize. We're gonna get A Quiet Place Part 2. That's so solid. I've already seen it. Scrap that. Let's try again. I want something new, you know? We're gonna get Akira. I feel like I've heard of this before. I think this is meant to be quite good. Akira, is it this? It is this. Those are some very strong reviews, I must say. See, so I don't watch a lot of anime stuff at all, really. I've seen Spirited Away, and I've seen a couple of those sort of things, but that's about it. All right. Okay, I'm pleased. Let's check it out. I've got to buy it first, actually. Okay, £3.94. That's not that bad. I can swing that. Add to basket.
3 days later.
Right, so I've just finished watching Akira, and oh wow, it was certainly something. Before I get into it, if you're enjoying the video so far, then please consider subscribing to the channel. So just to give some context, as many of you may know, this is based off of a pretty successful manga of the same name, and is a fully hand-drawn animated film, okay? Let that sink in for a sec, because it's genuinely mind-boggling to me. Over Akira's 3-year production, 68 animators drew out 160,000 frames to create one of the most visually striking films I've seen in a very long time. It's crazy to just pause on a frame and think that somebody painstakingly drew that out by hand, and it passes in a literal blink of an eye. And it all just comes together so insanely well. I think one of the benefits of animated films is just the fact that literally anything can be made at any scale that can be imagined. I mean, for obvious reasons, real filming has its limitations, you know, CGI is good these days, but it's not perfect. And compare that to animation, where if you want to nuke a city, go for it. If you want to create a weird sludge creature, just do it. These preconceived notions of realism are just thrown out of the window, and it means there are no restrictions on how things are displayed or how they play out. Literally anything you could think of, it can just be drawn, you know, there's nothing stopping you. This sort of creative freedom means an amazingly vibrant city of Neo Tokyo can be created, and it's just created so nicely. See, now I like an aesthetically pleasing piece of media, and this film is the embodiment of that statement. I mean, the visuals, while they can sometimes be just outrageously over the top, and I'll touch on that more in a sec, they deserve to be, you know? The shots can be self-indulgent because they're just so damn visceral. As the bikes speed through the city, they leave these like Tron-style trails in their wake, plus the red bike is just like really cool, innit? And I'm just now realizing that slide he does has been replicated in every single film where a character rides a bike. Just ever. Iconic, man, it's iconic. Oh, and the violence. Side note, it's not often I see these sorts of like graphic animations. I know they are quite common in certain anime shows, but I don't tend to be into those sorts of things. So I honestly found it really refreshing to see an animated film where someone just gets torn apart by a machine gun and someone else gets like disemboweled in a vision they have. It's a real change of pace from the stuff that I'm used to. But while the visuals are nice on the eyes, you know, there is more to a film than just looking pretty, which brings us smoothly along to Akira's plot. So now for me, this is where it gets interesting, because I know a lot of people out there feel very passionately and very positively about this film's plot. Was it exactly my cup of tea? Not really. I mean, I'm not a huge sci-fi fan, and this film is very much a sci-fi type film, and there was just a huge amount of stuff going on, and at times I was genuinely overwhelmed with the amount of information being thrown at me, all these like developments happening at rapid pace. Even as I'm sat here now trying to come up with a short summary of this thing, I'm genuinely struggling because of the sheer amount of stuff that happens in a deceptively short 124-minute runtime. But I'll try. Right, so set in a futuristic Neo Tokyo 31 years after it was destroyed during World War III. Mental opening shot, by the way, really nice. The city is in disarray, you know, biker gangs roam, protesters rally against the government, and we follow a biker gang headed by this guy, Kaneda. His friend Tetsuo is injured in an accident with this creepy looking experimental child thing, and he's taken away to a government facility where he awakens his telekinetic powers and goes rogue. That is my extremely condensed summary of this film. And as it goes on, the plot is just taken down some really weird and just out there routes. I'm talking like births of new universes. I think. Now, obviously, as I said, this is like a sci-fi type story, so it's not exactly unheard of that a lot of stuff goes on, but this is just a very, very, very busy 2 hours. I had to pause at one point to go back and read the plot of what had just happened, because I was genuinely so confused, and the ending as well. At the time, literally no idea what happened. I'm still kind of confused as to what happened. It all just escalates really, really quickly in the third act, and I completely lost sight of what was going on. It doesn't help that the film does a frankly terrible job at explaining what any of these people are doing. I went to read the synopsis on Wikipedia, and I discovered things that I literally did not realise at all while watching. I'm talking major plot points that I just didn't know happened. That's the levels we're talking about here. I'm not trying to delve too deeply into any more of that, or else we could be here for a very, very long time. So I'm gonna just leave my thoughts on the story there. As for our two main men, Kaneda and Tetsuo, well, they do really like shouting each other's names. I don't know if it's an anime thing, but if I had a penny for every time I heard Kaneda or Tetsuo, I'd have many, many pennies. I feel like the character development of these two was definitely not a priority compared to something like the visuals, the world building, anything else. We don't really know much about their lives aside from the fact that they are in a biker gang. Both of them also have love interests in the film, and when I say we get nowhere with either, I mean it. At times, I forgot these two were actually a part of the story, and they're seemingly there to just move everything along as smoothly as possible. I think that as well is a testament to the fact that way too much is going on, because a lot of the characters and a lot of the plot elements are just completely lost in this fast-paced mix. By the end, a bunch isn't explained, and I honestly believe this film, it could have been like an extra half hour long and actually got me to care about the characters more. I feel like it's really hard to distinguish what I've actually taken away from this, because it was just such a dense watch. I would have definitely liked to see more about the backstory of these experimental children, the relationships between all the members of the biker groups, as well as the dynamic between the government and the citizens of the city. I feel like all these things are sort of, they're covered, but they're not deeply covered, you know? They don't make us care enough. So, did this random film generator recommend me a gem or just waste my time? I think we all know the answer. Obviously, I loved Akira. It is something that I will 100% go and rewatch sooner rather than later now that I actually somewhat understand what happened. And I reckon it's something that will be way more impactful, at least for me, on a rewatch. Now that I know these things are going to happen, I can actually focus on trying to understand how they're happening. I've said it enough, but it's just a great looking film. I mean, same goes with other hand-drawn animations. I think there's something really special and vibrant about them. They're just really comforting to watch. But as Japanese animations go, I thought Akira was really strong. For me, Porco Rosso is my favourite I've seen to date, and I honestly don't see that changing anytime soon. I mean, if you're an anime fan, then please recommend me something to watch down in the comments below. Please make it a good one. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.